we got?
I haven't seen any color yet.
He's a brown.
He's a brown. They're getting a little better. They're getting a little better. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty thing, ain't he?
Look at the belly. Look at the color on the belly.
Oh yeah, they pretty. Alright, I'm gonna put this thing down, come up here and get him off it.
I can't imagine one 3 times that big.
Well, maybe we won't have to imagine it. We'll see.
Hi everybody, Mike Roux here with Minnow Reapers. I am taking care of one of the things that's on my bucket list. I am on the White River. I am with Donald Cranor,
Hey, buddy.
and we're catching trout. We are catching trout. We've caught a half a dozen already, and what I need for you to tell the folks, why trout on the White River? Why should they come here and do this?
It's unbelievable. We got a year-round growth rate. So these fish grow year-round. If you get too far north, they're going to grow through the summer, but not much in the winter. These fish grow all the time. They don't get too hot in the summer for them to grow. Don't get too cold in the winter for them to grow. So they're continually eating, continually growing, and they get big.
They get big. The browns, I think, get bigger than the rainbows.
They do, and that's what everybody's after. Not every day is a great brown day, but every day is a great fishing day here. We catch fish here every day.
Okay, we're going to take a break now. I'm going to have Donald show you how he rigs his beads.
So what we're doing here today is these fish are spawning, and when they spawn, the live eggs will go down into the sand and the gravel, and they sink. They get down in there, and when they die, and a lot of them do die, they come floating up out of there. They're buoyant and they float away. So you're trying to match what's come floating out of the beds or the reds, and we put these little old beads on there. And you try to match the color as that comes floating out, and it depends. It'll change during the day, depending on the depth of the water and the amount of sunlight that you have, on what color you're going to use, and how mature the egg is. So if it's been laying in there for several days, it'll be a little bit different color than what it is if it's just been laying in there for one day. And if you can match the color as it comes floating out of there, those fish are just ganging up right behind the reds on all them dead eggs that come floating out. So when they grab that egg right there, they grab it in their mouth, and you set the hook, that hook comes right through. That's a hard plastic bead, just like what you see the girls use on their bracelets and their necklaces and that stuff. And we've got today, we don't have much water right now. That water's really fell out today. So I've got an 1/8 ounce sinker on there, and that's an 8-pound test line. It's just drifting along, and you try to match the drift so that you're drifting exactly the same speed as what the water would be drifting that egg. And the fish will just come up there and grab a hold of it. When you set the hook, that goes right in their mouth, and it takes care of it.
So when Donald was telling you about his bead presentation, he mentioned the drift. We're drift fishing. Explain. A lot of folks haven't ever done that. Explain drift fishing and why it works so well here on the White River.
So you got this current in here, and as anything that comes floating down through there, it's going to come a certain natural speed with the current. And as you're drifting in the boat, it don't matter if you're fly fishing, if you're bait fishing, or if you're fishing a bead, anything that you're putting on the bottom, you need it to drift at the same exact speed that the current would be bringing it if it was coming through there naturally.
Okay.
And those brown trout, they're laying there. The rainbows, they'll grab it even if it's going too slow or if it's going too fast.
Okay.
You know, your smaller fish, because they're a little bit dumb. You know, but
the browns are more finicky.
The browns are a little more finicky. They see that
Okay.
thing coming too fast, they're just gonna let it go right on by.
All
or if
right.
it's going a little bit too slow, they know that's not natural, and so they're gonna let that one go on by. But if you can get that drift just right, and you know, they'll see it, they don't realize that it's a trap, so
Right.
they grab a hold of it.
All
you know,
right.
so you're trying to fool them.
I think this one's the right color, Donald.
Got the right color now?
I think. I don't want to get too excited too quick, but
Well, he's not Moby Dick, but he's the right kind anyway.
he's fighter.
He's pulling hard. He knocked the soup out of that thing. He grabbed hold of it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Alright, it's just a gorgeous fish.
This river's full of them things. Alright. I'm going to step around there and pick him up for you, and we'll let him back in there.
I like that plan.
Long and skinny one.
Yeah, long and skinny. Oh, beautiful. I just love a brown trout.
Oh, yeah. They're as cool as they can be. He's pretty. Little fella, but he's pretty. Put him right back in there. Let's do it again. Fish on.
Fish on.
What you got there, Mike?
Got another good brown. Just about like that last one.
Great one.
There we go. What a quality fishery.
Get that water just right. You can catch him quick. Don't think long. Put the fish in the boat.
Look at that.
Put it back in there and get another.
About 18 inches, isn't it?
Yep, that's every bit of it.
Perfect.
I like this one, Donald.
Pulling pretty good.
Haven't seen him yet.
I can't see for that sun.
That's sun.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, baby. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm going to do some video with this one. We can put him back in the net and let him breathe.
For great action on the White River with Donald Cranor, big browns, you can't beat it. Okay, folks, not only does Donald Cranor provide the best trout fishing on the White River, but we're also now standing in Cranors White River Lodge. It is absolutely perfect. I'm going to grab the camera and let Donald give you a tour of the lodge.
So we're in the great room right here. This room you can rent. As long as you've got two of the motel rooms rented, then you can rent this room. It's great for parties. It's great for big groups. This lodge right here has 10 beds. We have 2 more cabins that have 4 beds in each one of them. So we can sleep 18 here on the campus. And we've got some other houses right here in this same area that we go ahead and rent out as well. They're not ours, but we help the people rent them out. We're like a booking agent for them. This room is perfect for, anywhere from 15 to 25 people. You can have a huge party. You've got the big patio out.
Let's go look at the patio.
Let's check it out. It's got an outdoor fireplace right out on the water. See if I can get out of here. Come on out. We got the outdoor fireplace, water right there. We've had a lot of groups in here with parties of 50.
Right on the river.
Right on the water. It's got a boat ramp right here. We got a boat dock there. Everything you might need, all in one-stop shop.
Couple of eggs right there.
We got a couple of eggs. We got a fella that comes in and does some catering.
Cool.
Whatever you might need, we can take care of.
Let's go check out one of the bedrooms.
Let's check it out.
folks can come here and just absolutely, I mean, whether you're talking about a family reunion or a church group or a business retreat, you are set up here to just about take care of any group from a couple to
all the way up to 18 people, 18 beds.
Right.
We can do right here on the campus. And then we've got some other houses here that we rent as well. So
Verbo type deals?
They're not VRBOs, but they are, we're just kind of like the booking agent for them.
Sure.
So they hire us to
big kitchen.
to book them out.
All right, lead me to a bedroom.
All right. Down this hallway, we've got 2 bedrooms down this way. They are 2 queen beds in one of them, 2 twins in the other. And they're just like an upscale motel room.
Oh my. Yes. Very, very
We got a
nice.
very nice restroom here and shower.
Nice double sink restroom, shower, and door to the outside. And
Yep. Goes right out to the patio.
Donald, this is just gorgeous.
I've had my name on this since 2018, and I just purchased it. So this is mine now.
Well, Donald, we spent a half a day on the White River, and I loved it. We caught 6 or 8 nice trout. I think tomorrow morning we might have a chance to get some bigger ones. You've given me the tour of the lodge, which is just absolutely pristine. It's beautiful. Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing here on the White River?
This is what I grew up to. No doubt. I grew up 2 blocks away from the water. Started guiding when I was 15 years old.
How long have you been guiding?
Since 1982, so 42 years.
42 years on the White River.
On the White River.
I'd say you know your way around.
I can get around a little bit. Yeah, but it's provided for me. It's done the thing, and now I've jumped into the lodging business as well.
Right.
And I'm tickled to be here.
I can't recommend this highly enough. Like I said, I've been around the world in the 3 county fairs, and you've got one of the best operations here. I mean, it's so cozy yet so amenable. You've got everything anybody would need. I love it out on the deck overlooking the White River, and I love the fishing. I think you've got a good thing going here, buddy.
The fishing's good every day. No matter what the water does to you, you won't always catch the big one, but you're going to catch fish every day. And there's very few places in the world that you can go on a bad day and still catch a bunch of fish.
Right.
And we can do that here. If you just target the rainbow trout, you're going to catch a bunch.
Sure.
Now if you target the browns every day, there's going to be days it's going to be a little slimmer, if you don't hit that water right, but you're going to get to catch some good ones if you do it very often.
Good. So we've got trophy trout fishing. You can come and catch a mess of trout to eat. You can come and bring your family, your church group, your business group, come to the lodge. He's got plenty of room for everybody. Now, the most important part, look right in that camera and tell the folks how they can get a hold of you, Donald, to get booked down here.
If you just look up whiterivertroutfishing.net or cranors.com, that'll get you. You can call 870-430-5338. That's the lodge number. They'll get you a hold of me anytime. But the website, whiterivertroutfishing.net, that'll put you in touch.
All right, folks, you got to get here. You got to get here, and I think there's a very good chance that if you call down here and you book a reservation, 50-50 chance we'll cross paths. I will be back. That's all for Minnow Reapers right now. Stay tuned for more.
Those better fish, your trophy fish, they will bite better as the water's rising than what they will when it's falling. Your rising water picks up all kinds of stuff and it stirs it up and washes it off down the river. And they just natural for them to feed any fish on rising water, and they'll quit feeding on falling water. The only exception to that is if the water's really dirty when it first comes up, they won't bite so good. And then after it's been up for a while, if it starts to fall, it'll along the shoreline where there's eddies, the stuff is gathered up in there, and it's captured in there, and when it starts to fall just a little bit, it'll let it out, and the fish will feed on that first 8 to 10 inches of fall. But after it's fell more than that, they'll just kind of shut off, and you really got to work to catch your better fish. So always better to have rising water than it is to have fall.
Okay.
So what we got going here is we're wanting to fish with a bead because it's spawning time, but we we don't have the water to do it. So we're gonna shift gears. We're gonna set a trap in the water. I've taken these old minnow traps. I've got a little bit of weight on the bottom of them. Put a little cracker in there. Found us a gravel bar. Gonna set that down the water. The minnows are gonna come up. The current's gonna be flowing through. Minnows are gonna come up, swim in there, and we're gonna trap some minnows. We're gonna drift them in on the river, and we're gonna catch a few brown trout drifting them minnows. So we'll just back up here just a little, get a couple feet of water. Just sink that right down there. The minnows will swim up in that, fill her up, and we'll come back and rate it here in a minute. We'll do it again. Maybe this one's got one. Alright, let's get him out of here. Look at that thing, plumb full of minnows.
Look at that. You know what that is, Donald?
That's money.
That's a trap full of trout right there.
That's right, that's right. We'll turn each one of them. It's like a magic trick. Turn them into a trout.
Turn a minnow into a trout.
Alright, what we've been doing this morning is we're fishing these little minnows. They're minnows that we trapped right out of the river. That's a dusty striped shiner is what that is. And we're drifting them along the bottom. We don't have a whole lot of water. We're just letting them bounce around. And I'll take that minnow. That's a 2-aught Aberdeen hook. And I'll hook him right in the tail right there. And I go through, move it forward, hook him again, then move it forward. And what I'm doing is I'm going to drift that thing to where he's going to be straight, and he's going to drift really good in that current. If he's all curled up, he's going to end up spinning out there, and he's not going to do any good. But you just sew him up like a shirt right there. That don't damage your line. You can pull that up a little bit, take your hook, go right back in where the last spot was, come out about that eye or that gill plate, then pull it tight. That'll make him straight like that right there. You might want to clean that little bit off that hook there, but you just drift him along, he'll drift straight. A lot of times they'll grab him by the back, but shake him 2 or 3 times, make sure he's dead, then they'll turn it around head first, and when they do that, you can set the hook and you'll have him. But that's on a 2-aught Aberdeen hook, and it's about 2.5 feet below a drop. And then you can see there's an 1/8 ounce sinker that's dropping off there about 6 inches. We just drift that along, and they'll come up and get a hold of it.
Captain Donald Cranor on the trout.
Don't catch many. Just when I take somebody right in an article. Get off of there.
That'll eat. Yes.
There he is, right there.
There you got one.
I think he might be a brown.
That's a rod bender.
Yep.
You need me to net him?
I think I see. Look at him right there. He's there. It's gonna fish.
We like them browns.
That's right. Look at that pretty one, ain't it?
Man. Get him unhooked, turn him around here in the sunshine.
There you go. I'm gonna leave that minnow with him. Off he goes.
Good job.
Atta boy. That's what it looks like. You don't choose them, they choose you. Put him back in there.
And it's a brown.
I don't even have that camera.
That's okay. I got mine on.
He's starving to death. He's hungry.
It's pretty good whenever the fish won't even give you time to film.
Got another one on.
good drift back here. We're in a spot.
I think it's a pretty good spot. I've caught one or two here before. Got him in the tongue. Look at there. That's just a regular old fish here on the White River. Gonna let him go right there.
Folks, this is a White River brown. Couldn't be happier. These are just great fish to catch. We've been catching them for 2 days. I want to get him back in the water. And now I want to tell you about my gear for this trip. I'm throwing a Granite Custom rod, a Finesse 22, and I've got a Sedona 1000 Shimano reel with Shimano Power Pro braided line on here. This is my go-to combination, not only for trout, but for walleye and for bass as well. Okay, we're going to take some of these rainbows home to eat, Donald, so show us how you get them ready to get into a bag.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slow him down just a little bit. And I'm going to cut him right here. Right there. Then start right here, go up the middle. Right up the middle. Then you're going to take a thumb in here, finger right there, and just pull them apart. Simple as it can be. Now you've got this little old blood streak through the middle. Put your thumb down in that.
Not a lot of people know to do that.
Get that out of there. And then just clean him off. You can get the rest out right there, and that's about all there is to it.
Ready for the smoker, ready for the air fryer.
Yep. You can go right in there. We're on the White River, north central Arkansas, about 20 miles south of the Missouri line, dead center part of the state, just below Bull Shoals Dam. And been guiding since 1982, and I've owned this lodge for a year. And we're making a go.
Tell folks how they can get a hold of you to get a trip down here.
So it's whiterivertroutfishing.net or cranors.com.
Thanks for watching Minnow Reapers. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button as we have many more episodes on its way.